Barnstable This Morning. I'm Sarah Colvin, and joining me live on the phone, I welcome our Chief of Police, Paul MacDonald. Chief, good morning.
Good morning, Sarah.
How are you today?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing good. So, Chief, Halloween, of course, was over the weekend, a Saturday, which could prove challenging. First, want to talk about the Main Street trick-or-treat. I actually was down there for about an hour on Saturday afternoon. It's so amazing to see so many people, and what a great event, Chief, for the folks who may not have the safest of neighborhoods to trick-or-treat in, or even neighborhoods at all.
It's worked out great for us. I think this is like the 14th or 15th year we've done this. We're encouraging everyone to bring the kids down to Main Street Hyannis between the hours of 3 and 5. The businesses down there working with the Business Improvement District, they all opened their doors, and we literally had thousands of kids down there. It was a huge turnout. We have our Hyannis station there at the corner of High School Road and Main Street, and we actually keep a count of all the kids that come in. And this year we had 2,371 kids come into the Hyannis station this past Halloween. That's up from approximately 1,600 last year. So this is a great turnout, and because of that, a lot of kids are not trick-or-treating into different neighborhoods around town, so our call volume has decreased dramatically over the last couple of years. This year was a little bit different, too, because they did the same thing in Barnstable Village. They shut down a small section of Route 6A in front of the county complex, and they had a parade down there for all the kids to go to BWB. And a lot of local residents, they came out to join the kids, and they were out there for several hours, and we had approximately 1,000 kids down there also. So that was a great turnout.
Absolutely, and really amazing. And I have to say, I saw a lot of the parents getting into the costumes as well, which was a lot of fun to see that too.
Everybody was having a good time. You're not going out there with 1, 2, or even 5 or 6 of your friends. If you go to Main Street Hyannis or you go to Main Street Route 6A in Barnstable Village, you're down there literally with thousands of other people. So it becomes a very festive occasion, and everybody seems to have a great time. And there was no problems whatsoever. Our only concern was the sheer volume of people. At one point, we were considering shutting down Main Street completely and just open the street up and let the kids walk on the street. So that's something we'll talk with town management and the Business Improvement District next year. We probably should consider for next year, just because the sheer volume of the kids that turn out.
Absolutely. Makes it a little easier to navigate for everyone. So, of course, Chief, the kids get to play on Main Street in the afternoon, and then the grown-ups come out to play at night. And I guess things went pretty well on Main Street during the adult activities on Halloween night.
After that, it was relatively quiet. We had some unexpected guests at one of the local bar rooms of Scotty's Pizza. The Hells Angels, the Outlaw Motorcycle Gang, they showed up at about 7 o'clock Saturday night down at Scotty's Pizza, which is located on Center Street. And that took some of our resources, assets, away from neighborhoods, because we just wanted to keep eyes on what was going on down there. Not that they themselves are going to cause a problem, but if any other rival motorcycle gang comes in, there obviously will be a problem, and have been problems in the past. But it went on, no problems. They were in town for about 2 hours, and they left, and there was no incidents whatsoever. Our only concern is this was the second time the Angels have been in the last couple of months, and we're not really keen on having them frequent flyers down here in Hyannis.
Sure. So it's not a local chapter. Is this an off-Cape chapter of the Hells Angels, Chief, that's coming into Hyannis?
Correct. It's a Hyannis chapter. They do have a clubhouse up in Bourne, up in Buzzards Bay, off Head of the Bay Road. Why they're down here, we're not sure. I mean, they do come down occasionally, but to see them twice in a couple of months, that's kind of unusual for us. So we're trying to find out what's going on.
Indeed. So, Chief, I understand that there was an arrest Saturday night.
There was an arrest Saturday night about 1:30 in the morning. We get called to 58 Yarmouth Road regarding suspicious individuals walking around the house. Upon the arrival of the officers, they found 2 individuals at a house next door. When they were having a conversation with them, they had some very evasive answers to what they were doing there, why they were there. There was a rip screen laying on the ground behind them. One individual appeared to be grabbing something in his waistband. The officers, being concerned for safety, tried to pat frisk him. That's when he took off running. When he took off running, they tased him. He went to the ground. When they searched him, they recovered a semi-automatic pistol, fully loaded, with the serial numbers which had been filed off. The gentleman was identified as Terrell Peters of Masters Mills, and he was subsequently arrested for carrying a firearm without a license and carrying a firearm while loaded, in possession of a firearm with a defaced serial number. So he's faced some pretty serious charges. And the kid's only 19 years old, and why he's walking around Halloween night with a loaded firearm, we don't know.
Definitely a dangerous thing, but good that nothing happened with that loaded firearm.
Correct.
Indeed. Chief, looking back over the past week, seems relatively quiet aside from that one arrest and the big, of course, Halloween on Saturday.
The Halloween was a big event for us. We were preparing that for most of the week, getting the signs up and making sure we have enough personnel out there. Besides that, we've had a couple of minor arrests, but it's been a relatively quiet week for us, which is good.
Now, Chief, there aren't really official hours for trick-or-treating for Halloween. Is that something we might want to consider in the future, or is it pretty much just understood that it's kind of from 7 to 9, say?
7 to 9. Most of the kids who go trick-or-treating, they're younger kids. Once you get to teenage years, you kind of grow out of it. But Halloween, to us, it's not like it used to be. In the old days when I first came on, we had the entire police department work on Halloween night. It was like Memorial Day or the 4th of July weekend. Everybody had to work. There was literally hundreds of calls for service. We do not get the call volumes. There was virtually, I don't think there was any calls for service regarding Halloween. There's no malicious destructions. I don't even think there was any pumpkins smashed in the roadways, or nobody was throwing eggs like they did in the old days. None of those things happened anymore.
That's great. That's certainly good news. Chief, if I may, I know that last week Town Manager Tom Lynch interviewed some candidates for a lieutenant.
Yes.
Wanted to know if we could talk a little bit about that process. Not sure if you're ready to make any announcements yet as to who is getting hired, but I know that moving folks up the ranks and hiring from within is really a big priority for the department.
Yes, as you know, last May we hired two new deputy chiefs and one lieutenant retired, so we had 3 openings for lieutenants. The process was completed last week. We made our recommendation to the town manager, and the town manager has made his selection. The 3 new lieutenants will be Sergeant Gene Chalice will be promoted to lieutenant, Sergeant Mark Cabral promoted to lieutenant, and Sergeant Mark Malin will be promoted to lieutenant. We are tentatively scheduled for on November 12th at 10 o'clock in the morning here at the PD to have the 3 new lieutenants sworn in.
Great. When was that again, Chief?
Thursday, November 12th. At 10 o'clock here at the PD.
Great. Well, congratulations, Chief, to all of them. We know that they all work really hard for us here in the town of Barnstable, and we appreciate it. Anything else coming down the pike for you, Chief?
No, that's about it.
Great. Well, we will talk with you again next week. Have a great day.
Talk to you then.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Chief of Police Paul MacDonald, of course, joining us as he does every Tuesday morning here on Barnstable This Morning.